Jeannie Spieler, the head golf coach for the Kuemper girls up here at state today. Jeannie, a second place finish this year coming off of last year's state championship on this golf course here at the Ames Country Club. Talk about what kind of the strategy was coming in here to the tournament this year.
Well, just looking at quick stats and the IGCA stats, we went through each team that had made it here to look at averages and so forth. And we were looking at Atlantic definitely contending, seeing as how we had met them 4 times prior to here. We were also looking at returning Beckman Catholic and Unity. Unity, Beckman, and us finished the top 3 positions, and we all 3 had everybody back from last year. So that's how we knew who our competition was.
Coming into today, just a stroke behind Atlantic. How did you think play went on Monday?
It was good. To be honest, I was hoping it would have been a little bit lower. Kind of one of the deals is you've had a couple girls hit some 70s, and so you're hoping maybe one of those could turn up here to kind of get us in. We shot on an average a 180 something, and our average is a 180. So we shot our average, but you're hoping that it's a state tournament. You're hoping that, you know, this is the time to peak. This is the time to have one of those best rounds. So I think that we were happy that we were in it and we were competing, but I think in hindsight too, the girls were not totally excited because I think a lot of them felt they could have shot a little bit better.
Were you surprised when the DQ happened to Unity, put you guys alone in second place?
Yeah, that was huge, just huge, and it's a real tough lesson for a young lady to learn, but it definitely changed what was going to happen the second day. But on the other perspective too, Nevada and Clear Lake were not totally out of it. Clear Lake with the 367 and Nevada 371, because there have been years that I can remember being at state and we were down by 13 the first day and turned it over and improved our placement or finish.
Jeannie, what was the thought coming into today? Did you give the girls any advice coming in? As you said, trying to go low, I'm sure.
Yeah, we had a team meeting last night, and I just congratulated them on their first day performance. I thought Mara, a good round for her. Cassidy shot probably one of her best rounds just the first day at the tournament. And I said, now, I just asked them, what do you want to do day 2? And they talked about things in the area of attitude, and they talked about things in the area of course management. And so we literally drew out some key points that we wanted to focus on today with them as helping us out creating that.
How'd you feel like the second day went?
Tough. Repairings. You repair on day 2, and it was tough in the fact that my girls were shooting against Atlantic girls that they hadn't shot against before, like Mara shooting with their number 1 girl. It had to be a bit intimidating for her because Morgan always had to handle that. So just a little bit worried coming out of the shoot with the war stories. I was hearing that it wasn't going too well, but in the back of my mind, Morgan and Mara being like 1 and 2 for the team, they've been steady in the fact that they can start bad, but they have the capabilities of turning it and coming out fairly strong, and they definitely both did that today because they could have blew off the whole 18, but they didn't. They fought, they struggled, and they came in with respectable scores.
Coach, I'm sure some people are going to think it disappointing because you guys didn't come home with another championship this year, but I have a feeling as a coach you're probably proud of what your girls were able to accomplish.
Oh, definitely. Atlantic should be congratulated. They definitely earned the win. 335, my gosh, that's just awesome shooting. Their number 2 girl has a 44 average, and she comes in with a 77. I mean, that's every coach's dream, is to have that happen with the players, and it happened for them today, and they earned the win. They earned the win. I'm just happy that we were strong enough and stellar enough between 2 days to pull out second, and second place is better than a third place, is what I told the girls. So.
Jeannie, last state tournament for you as you were stepping away from coaching the game of golf. Talk about that decision, and if you've been thinking about that while you've been down here the last 2 days.
Yeah, no, I haven't even thought about it at all because it's one of those deals where you just can't walk out the door and be done because there's reports, there's just stuff to be done. So I haven't really thought about it. My husband, who's been retired for 2 years, assures me when it's fall and everybody's going back to school, then it's going to hit. But I think it was a good choice for me. I think, as is in volleyball, you always hope there'll be someone that is capable of taking it over and taking it to the next level. And Keith has done an awesome job with volleyball, and I'm for sure my replacement in whoever it is. I don't think they've officially announced, but whoever it is will hopefully do the same for golf. It's a good program, and hopefully that person could take it even and make it better. So.
Jeannie, how many years have you been the golf coach here at Kuemper?
This is my 43rd year. Yep. When I walked into the principal's office and signed a contract, he said, "Oh, by the way, you're the varsity girls golf coach." I said, "Oh."
How much?
The only sport Kuemper had at that point in time for girls.
How much has this game changed in your 43 years coaching it?
The scores have definitely improved as the equipment has improved. Equipment's just huge. It is a sport where equipment does make a difference because these clubs are made for only so many pops and endurance-wise. So that's probably been the biggest change I can tell is that the scores have improved in the quality. The state recognizes it by the fact of offering workshops for coaches that never used to be there and stuff. So those are the big changes. Bottom line, the golf courses have been around for years, and all of them have a tee-off block and a putting green, so they're pretty much the same common denominator, but just the quality of the athlete, the commitment, and the equipment. They've been the biggest changes.
How many state championships during your career?
I've had 4 in golf.
And how many runners-up counting this year?
2, I guess.
2.
Yeah.
So a lot of trips to the state tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been blessed. Tim has it on the wall at school, and I'd have to count, but there might be, I don't know if it's up to 15 or 16 team appearances, and then we had, and maybe it's more, I don't even know, and then I've had 6 individuals come as medalists. So yeah, we've been blessed that we've had the opportunity to be in there a few times, and it's definitely the highlight of your season if you can get here.
Coach, what's some of the memories you're going to take away from your 43 years?
Just good kids. You really get to know them in golf a little better than you do in volleyball. In golf, you might be out actually playing with them for 2 hours on a course. And been blessed with some committed young ladies, talented young ladies that have gone on. They're actually now coaching. So that's probably the biggest highlight is just, and that's why I told Kevin is why I got in the occupation was the kids. It's all about the kids, and we've been very blessed at Kuemper to have some great students and great athletes.
Jeannie, I appreciate you joining us today. Congratulations on a great career, and thank you for everything you've done for us at the radio station in the 11 years I've been here and beyond.
Oh, my 11? I didn't know it was that many. Well, thank you, because we appreciate the coverage. The kids sure enjoy seeing the pictures and reading the articles. So.
All right. Thank you, Jeannie.
Yep, you bet.